ADL's quality butter has become a tradition on many island tables. The distinctive ADL butter flavor is a result of the sweet island cream, small vat and churn processing with just the right amount of added salt and the perfect moisture content. The finished butter is cut, wrapped, and distributed throughout PEI and Atlantic Canada. Perfection brand evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk are staples in Canadian households and are the secret ingredient in many family traditional recipes, from decadent desserts to delicious creamy seafood chowders. It's also a favorite addition to a nice hot cup of tea or coffee. So that concludes our tour of Amalgamated Dairies Limited. The history, the producer farms, the production facilities, and of course, the products. After more than 60 years, ADL continues to be a leader in the PEI agricultural and agri-food processing industry. Our dairy products have become part of island life and a source of pride by our producer members and local communities. Amalgamated Dairies Limited continues to value its farmers, staff members, and customers as vital stakeholders in the ongoing success of our business. ADL truly is an island success story. Amalgamated Dairies Limited was created in 1953 by a group of island dairy farmers. The original company consisted of 6 dairies in the western part of PEI, and over the ensuing decades has grown to include production plants across the province. The company is a cooperative owned by the island dairy farmers, which is a unique arrangement. This ownership structure is all about combining individual efforts for the benefit of a larger community. Something these farmers all have in common is a deep sense of pride. Pride in the milk they produce, pride in their farms, pride in their communities, and pride in the successful company they have helped to create. They are committed to producing the highest quality milk for their own families and for their neighbors near and far. This same sense of pride and commitment can be seen in the company's employees as they go about their daily business. Today, ADL is Prince Edward Island's largest dairy with 5 production plants and employs more than 250 islanders. All the island dairy producers are member owners of ADL. Milk used for quality dairy products starts out at these farms. ADL's unique ownership structure and direct relationship with our milk suppliers allows for extra care and handling procedures that make island dairy products unique. Our natural geographic location and rich agricultural industry provide a prime location for dairy herds and milk production. In fact, PEI has the highest rate of dairy production in Canada per capita and is second only to Wisconsin in all of North America. These family farms are an important part of the rural fabric of the island. We'll have a closer look at a few of those family farms. Our first stop is at Parkview Farms in the land of Anne, Cavendish. This century farm is operated by the 5th generation of the McNeil family. Twice daily, the herd is moved across the main road from the pasture into the barn for milking. It's a blend of the old and new when the automated milking machines do their work, and then it's back to the green grass of the field and the fresh seaside breezes. For our next visit, we head up west to Alberton at the Dock Road Dairy Farm. Kent Rennie owns this new farm that was completely rebuilt following a recent fire that nearly wiped out his herd. This is a completely modern dairy operation that uses island sand for a bedding material instead of the usual straw, and employs a fully automated robotic milking system. The barn is temperature controlled, ensuring year-round comfort for the herd. The beautifully maintained, manicured grounds of the Dock Road Dairy Farm are a testament to the pride the Rennie family has in their farm. For our final stop on our farm tour, we head east to the Golden Bay Dairy, just to the south of St. Peter's. This is one of the most modern dairy operations on the island and is truly a state-of-the-art dairy barn. Eric and Sharon Terbeek have 100 milking cows in their herd, housed in the climate-controlled barn where computer technology is everywhere. The 2 robotic milking machines operate 24/7, with the cows choosing their own milking schedule. The computer system tracks each cow's milk production as well as feed consumption and alerts Eric if there's anything out of the ordinary. Of course, there's always work to be done on a farm, even a robotic one. That wraps up our farm visits. Now, let's have a look at where the milk goes once it leaves the farms. ADL products are made in 5 production plants on the island: ADL Butter in O'Leary, ADL Milk and Ice Cream Mix in St. Eleanor's, ADL and Perfection brands in West Royalty, Perfection Canned Milk in Charlottetown, and Dairy Isle, ADL, and Private Label Cheese in Summerside. ADL Foods, the main ADL warehouse and distribution center, is located on Reed Drive on the eastern edge of the city of Summerside. Our first stop is the butter plant in the town of O'Leary. First, the cream must be pasteurized. The cream vats are both heated and stirred by these large, steam-filled coils. Next, 4,000 pounds of the pasteurized cream is transferred into the churn. This is where the magic happens. After about 15 minutes of churning, the cream has been transformed into 2,000 pounds of golden butter and 2,000 pounds of almost colorless buttermilk that is drained off and trucked to other ADL plants. The butter maker oversees the entire operation and tests each batch to ensure it meets the precise moisture and salt content required to meet the exacting ADL standard. Once he's satisfied, the 2,000 pounds of butter is discharged from the churn, packaged into the familiar 1-pound bricks, and moved to the cold storage room for later pickup. The annual butter production is about 2 million pounds. The next stop on the production tour is at one of the 2 fluid milk ADL plants, this one in St. Eleanor's. Fluid milk is processed 4 times weekly, ensuring a reliably fresh product for the customer. This plant produces a variety of products, including white and chocolate milk, cream, eggnog, and the soft ice cream mix served in restaurants and ice cream dairy bars throughout the island. All of the consumer milk products from this facility are packaged in the familiar gable-top ADL cartons. The second fluid milk plant is located in the West Royalty Industrial Park on the outskirts of Charlottetown. Here, a batch of chocolate milk is being prepared using only the highest quality ingredients. In contrast to the St. Eleanor's products, the West Royalty products are packaged in recyclable plastic bottles and 3-liter bags. All of the milk products are delivered across the island by a fleet of ADL refrigerated vehicles. The combined production of the 2 ADL fluid milk plants is about 10 million liters annually. Our next stop is downtown Charlottetown at the canned milk plant. There are 2 main products produced here under the Perfection brand: evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk. As one of only 2 condensed milk production facilities in Canada, the majority of the product is destined for markets outside BEI. During the regular 10-hour production day, the Charlottetown plant produces some 100,000 cans of milk. This plant uses approximately 20 million liters of farm fresh milk annually. Although it's considered somewhat of a legacy milk product, its features of extended shelf life and room temperature storage still make it a valuable and much sought after food item. The centerpiece of the ADL production facilities is the Water Street Summerside cheese plant. As well as being home to the ADL administrative offices and food testing laboratory, it's the company's largest facility, housing both the cheese production plant and storage warehouses. It also has the most intensive production schedule. A unique feature of the cheese produced here is the hand salting process. ADL still uses this time-honored technique. The plant produces many varieties of cheese packaged under the dairy aisle and ADL labels, as well as a variety of private labels. With any high-quality cheese, the aging process is critical. In the climate-controlled warehouses, the 40-pound cheese blocks are carefully monitored and regularly graded to ensure a top-quality tasting cheese. The ADL Extra Old Premium cheese is aged for 15 months. With its intensive 24/7 production schedule, the Summerside plant produces an impressive 7.5 million kilograms of cheese annually. A reliable system of distribution is critical in today's fast-paced environment. ADL Foods, the main ADL warehouse and distribution center, is located on Reed Drive on the eastern edge of the city of Summerside. Prince Edward Island's restaurants and food service industry count on ADL Foods as their full-line food service distributor. Beyond providing products, our experienced team also delivers exceptional
Chef Ross Wilner, Alex Wabashow, and the linesmen, Juge Devine, Tanner Doyle, and Ryan Reed. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have our national anthem. So we'll see the team in national.
All right, good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to the Avenir Center, the home hospitality of the Moncton Wildcats as the Charlottetown Islanders on the road, but technically their home game here this afternoon, a rematch of yesterday's afternoon contest in which the Moncton Wildcats handily defeated the Charlottetown Islanders by a score of 6-1. As we take a look at the starting netminders here tonight for the Charlottetown Islanders, it's going to be Jacob Gooby who gets the starting goal. Or check that, Chad Arsenault, I should say. And at the opposite end, it's Gio DiMattia. And the Islanders will start up front with Ben Boyd, Patrick LeBlanc, and Kieran Gallant as the puck's turned and tossed into the Islanders zone. Ryan Maynard scored the lone goal yesterday afternoon for the Islanders. As it's wrapped around, Patrick LeBlanc will pick it up. He can't clear the zone. The Moncton native, 18-year-old forward, swings it to the near side. Isaac Voss, who had a pretty good camp so far here for the Islanders, will leave it in on the backhand. Kieran Gallant gives chase as Nick Pavin will throw it rink wide. It comes out to center ice. Tremblay will turn and send that one back in deep as DiMattia will leave it across for Pavin. Pavin in behind the goal as the Wildcats go off the boards and out to center. Tremblay will pick that up for the Islanders, acquired over the summer months to add some depth to this back end of the Islanders as it's brought back in. Stammer scored a bullet of a shot yesterday afternoon, leads it off into the corner. LeBlanc working forward on the right side of Chad Arsenault as Alex Graham gets knocked down to the ice surface. Islanders trying to work it out of their own zone. It's played along the wall, picked up by Alex Graham. Graham, the former Charlottetown Pride and Kensington Wild, and now looking to make his mark potentially here in Major Junior, plays it off into the corner. Sam Oliver, the Islanders' second-round pick, trying to go to work on the forecheck. It's played out and down the length of the ice. Landon McDonald will come back for Charlottetown. McDonald jams on the brakes in behind. He's knocked off the puck. They send it in front. Good defensive play there by Del Welton. A shot through. That one gets redirected wide as Jonah Jelly takes a high hit. He's knocked down to the ice surface. Welton lifts it along the wall. Kept into the blue line. Wildcats fire a shot. That one deflects up high and out of play. The faceoff will come back down to the right of goaltender Chad Arsenault. We have no scoreboard at the Avenir Center. We do. It's the nicest one in the league, but it's jacked up, so I'm not quite sure what the time is remaining on the clock. An adventurous trip over to Moncton here this afternoon. Of course, the world we live in now has certainly changed. COVID. And the mini homes coming across the Confederation Bridge. Long shot. That one rolls through. The housing shortage in Charlottetown kept us on the Confederation side for about 35 minutes. A couple nice new mini homes coming in. Somebody's getting a nice spot here in the near future. And we're walking in about 10 seconds before puck drop. Thankful to the Moncton Wildcats and Tim Roselle. Their equipment set up, and away we go. Just like old times as Isaac Voss will wheel away from one. Voss has shown really good poise with the puck in his skating ability. Will lead it through for Patrick LeBlanc. LeBlanc works to the outside of Sam Dow. Dow, a physical defenseman, looks for work his man along the right side. Here's a shot. That one deflects off a shin pad and all the way back inside the Islanders zone. Ben Boyd, first man after it for Charlottetown, as LeBlanc will pick it back up. Here's a quick shot. DiMattia will snag that one and hold on here as the faceoff will come back down to the left of the Wildcats netminder. Scoreless here in Moncton as Hamel on the back end with Tremblay as the Islanders looking to maybe get some chemistry. Felix Tremblay. Pretty well the same lineup here this afternoon that was dressed yesterday. The Islanders returned home and then back across the bridge once again. For the Wildcats, Josh Crooks looks to clear it out. It's wrapped in behind. Pavin cut off there by Kieran Gallant. The Islanders will look for it. A better start to the hockey game here this afternoon for Charlottetown. I mean, that's really their first taste. They haven't really been allowed to have any contact at training camp. It's been basically 3-on-3 flow drills, and you step into Major Junior exhibition. It's a little bit different than what the Islanders had been training in Charlottetown, of course, to abide by the COVID rules. As Drew Elliott's shot gets blocked. Here's Forsythe through the middle, gets around Tremblay to the backhand. He gets hauled down. No call. That's impressive that there's no call early in the preseason. That's a regular season 2-minute right there. As Forsyth looked like he had good speed cutting through, and Tremblay laid out and kind of hacked him. He went down, but no call on the play, so the officials letting them play here. It's scoreless in this first period. Once again, no clock, so it's tough to see how much time's remaining. Or are we playing with a clock here this afternoon, Aiden? No, I see that clock, but are they turning one on or?
Right straight through.
Okay, I see it now. Oh, they're one of these rinks that have numerous clocks is what you're trying to tell me. A quick shot, that one wide of the target. The multi-million-dollar clock is not down, but they have a couple other ones around here. We're not in the broadcast booth. Usually when you're in the broadcast booth, you're looking like directly into this massive NHL world-class facility clock as Landon McDonald's shot goes wide. Drew Elliott will wait, so we do. 15:49 to go in the first period as the Islanders get tripped up in behind the goal. Wildcats will pick it up. A lead long pass for LaBelle. He'll go through the middle for Vachon. Vachon chips into the corner. Del Welton gives his man a bump. Welton, playing last year with the Truro Bearcats, looking to make this team. He's had a couple of good camps. Now a big opportunity for Del Welton to potentially crack this Islanders roster as a long lead pass will go offside. Faceoff will come back outside the Islanders zone. As Jonah Jelly, good to see him in exhibition. He's, from all reports, had a pretty good training camp so far. 16-year-old Charlottetown native with Moncton ties. I guess now lives in Charlottetown. Good ties to the Summerside area. Had a real good year last year in Notre Dame. Devin Prott, a fan of his game, of course, the Summerside connection there as well. And an intelligent hockey player that I think has a future here with this team and this franchise as Pilote will play it ahead. Here's LeBlanc, centering feed. LeBlanc was the star of the game yesterday for the Wildcats. Will come up high. Here's Stammer, wrist shot. Good blocker save made by Chad Arsenault. Ryan Maynard, the Ontario free agent, gets it ahead for Max Chisholm. He can't clear the zone. LeBlanc will chip it back to the blue line. Dow will play it back in deep. Richard. This line was buzzing yesterday afternoon for the Wildcats. A trio of players looking to make an impression here on Daniel Lacroix as Justin Gill will slowly take it in. Gill tries a pass for Chisholm. Chisholm in behind the goal. Bumps with Sam Dow. The Islanders battling for it. Gill along with Jelly as Chisholm tossed down to the ice. He battles. Gill, he goes down as well. Wildcats will pick it up. LeBlanc met there by Anthony Hamel. Drew Johnson off the bench. Chisholm shot. That one gets blocked. Zach Beauregard gives his man a bump. It's LeBlanc back in around Hamel. LeBlanc dipsy dangles. Can't get the shot away as Zach Beauregard. And the Islanders will move back through Drew Johnson. The Islanders definitely with some more recognizable names in the lineup than the Wildcats. Even yesterday, the Islanders had 6 or 7 players who played significant parts with the Islanders last year. And I'm sure you'll see a better effort, already a better start here for Charlottetown, as although it is exhibition games. And I've learned over 20 years of junior hockey not to get too worked up with exhibition. I've seen players lead the entire league in scoring and then be out of the league by Christmas. So it's not what you do in exhibition, although it has a little bit to do with it. And Logan Costanero is one guy looking to have a good exhibition. That's a high shot and a good shoulder save made by DeMattia as a centering feed comes in front for LeBlanc. He can't reach it. Kieran Gallant back to his pit bull work. Try to come up high. It's picked off. Moved ahead. Gavin Watt chases into the corner with Landon McDonald. McDonald bumps off his man. Islanders will pick it back up. Gallant touch pass through. Patrick LeBlanc looking for Ben Boyd. Josh Crooks working after it, will lead it off to the far side. Islanders will have it. There's a shot by Boyd. That one fired wide of the target, picked back up by the Wildcats. And they'll work back ahead. Gallant centering feed. That one doesn't go through. Josh Crooks for Forsyth. Forsyth with some good jump here early in this hockey game. Sends a pass through the slot. It's back to the blue line. A shot. That one's redirected by Forsyth. Islanders will pick it back up. LeBlanc slowly goes cross ice. It's off a stick. Isaac Voss feeds through the middle for Ben Boyd. That's interrupted by the Wildcat defender as Gallant will swing it back deep. Islanders will chase back after it. Isaac Voss will come back with 12:16 to go here in a scoreless first period. The Charlottetown Islanders' second exhibition game on the road here this afternoon, but technically their home game, of course, no exhibition games on the island. Hopefully that'll change soon when it comes to the regular season. As DeMattia leads it around, Drew Elliott bumps his man. Wildcats with good speed will bring it back out. LaBelle looks for a redirection and scores. A nice little give and go by the Wildcats, and it's a centering feed for LaBelle, and he chips it over the glove side of goaltender Chad Arsenault, and the Wildcats take a early 1-0 lead. Silence in the rink after a goal is awkward, to say the least. This is hockey in 2020 in the Quebec League as LaBelle with a nice little redirection up and over the shoulder of goaltender Chad Arsenault, and the Wildcats. Their transition game is looking fine here early on. Tremblay back after it and will wait, and the faceoff will come back deep inside. You get a good look at Kevin Henderson and his sweet goggles on the Islanders bench. Of course, all protocols. Vincent LaBelle with the goal. Sam Vachon, Sam Dow with the assists. Nifty little feed by Vachon. LaBelle, good hand-eye, chips it up and over the shoulder of goaltender Chad Arsenault, and so the Wildcats will strike early. There's Richard, bumped by Hamel. Drew Elliott in the corner, will wrap it around the wall. It comes up high. As Olsen try to pinch up. Turn and slap right back in around the horseshoe. Richard will look for that. It's Sam Oliver. Plays it in behind. As Elliott will wait. Tremblay. He has it for Hamel. Hamel gets tripped up in behind his own goal. Pops back up. Moves it ahead for Alex Graham. Graham steps to center and will chip it deep. It's going to be called on the icing. Liney's sharp early. An inch away from center ice, and they wave it down. Ryan Reed, no dust on his whistle. Faceoff will come back inside and they're going to bring it back to center ice. So, 10:49 to go here in this first period. Exhibition game. Vincent LaBelle has the goal. Sam Vachon, Sam Dow with the assists. And the Wildcats have a 1-0 lead. Haven. Nick Pavin trying to send it deep. Wildcats buzzing around for it. It's going to be Alexi Daniel centering feed in front for Gavin Watt. That doesn't work. It's picked up by Jonah Jelly for Max Chisholm. Chisholm, the center, gets it around. Connor Olsen will play it in deep. Pavin chases back after it before checked by Chisholm, looking to create something. Gill bumps into his man, Gavin Watt. A bit of a high hit. Goes undetected. Wildcats go cross ice. Here's a feed. A shot. That one sent Watt to the target. Kyle Foreman, a familiar name in the Wildcats lineup, will play it cross ice as Berube will send it deep. Jeremy Berube. Islanders, Del Welton for Zach Beauregard. Beauregard can't get around his man. That's Isaac Wilson. And Wilson, of course, with the Island connections as well. Played with the Summerside Capitals. I thought he looked really good with the Wildcats when I seen him last year. As the centering pass will come up. There's Maynard with a shot. Rebound. Drew Johnson throws it in front. That one will roll wide. It's going to be Costanero for Maynard. His shot wide of the target. Drew Johnson sidesteps one man. Islanders bat away with it. As Isaac Wilson will come away. Can't clear the zone. Puck turned over. Beauregard for Costanero. Leaves it for Drew Johnson. Center and feed in front. Isaac Voss had stepped in. Puck will come back up. Maynard shot. Good save made by DeMattia. On the glove side, the Cole Harbor Wolfpack snags that one out of the air as the best shift for the Islanders, and rightfully so. I mean, Drew Johnson and Zach Beauregard, two 19-year-olds that have to be big pieces here in this Islanders team this year. Go to work in the offensive zone. And DeMattia with a pretty good glove save to keep it 1-0 Moncton. Ben Boyd, one of DeMattia's teammate, sends it in front. Kieran Gallant swings that one. DeMattia may have got a toe on it. Here's Isaac Voss. Walks the line. Voss looks for a centering feed in front. That one rolled off down to his stick. I've been impressed with Voss. Playing with some confidence. That's the big thing for any player at any level. And Voss is finding his way here at this camp as the faceoff will come back outside Moncton zone. 1-0 is the score. Corey Arsenault on the call here this afternoon. Thanks to Tim Roselle and the Moncton Wildcats for allowing the setup to stay the same. And I got the call of the bullpen, and here I am. Looking for a score clock early, looking for a lineup sheet late. It's Hamel. We'll wait. Anthony Hamel chips it along the wall. They'll come back up high. Pilat will leave it for LaBelle, the goal scorer. Hamel spins away from one. We'll get it through for Alex Graham. He'll make a move around one, try to go through the center for Drew Elliott. That pass doesn't reach him. It's turned and snapped right back in. Chad Arsenault for Felix Tremblay. Tremblay rolls it along the wall. Elliott chase up after the puck. Connor Richard, who's dealt from St. John for Liam Leonard, gets hacked down to the ice surface. Hamel will pick it back up. Goes through for Elliott. Elliott swings it on the backhand. Connor Olsen, big lumbering defenseman. Good play, heads up, moves it ahead. Here's a pike in front, a shot, and they score again. As Hamel gets beat towards the front of the net, and it's the Wildcats, and Connor Olsen starts it on the back end. Plays the puck through the middle, finds, looks like Connor Richard, and Richard makes no mistake, beating Arsenault through the 5-hole, and the Wildcats, much like yesterday, they led 2-0 in the first period. They'll do the same here right now, as the Islanders looking to get something going offensively. Gill, it with Chisholm and Jonah Jelly. We'll tune in. So Olsen draws the lone assist. Connor Richard with the goal. 12:06 mark of this first period. As the Isles will snap it back in. Landon McDonald in on DeMattia. Dominic LeBlanc near side. Plays it through the middle for Richard. That pass doesn't work. Max Chisholm will pick it back up for the Islanders. Chisholm steps to center, doesn't get it deep. Wildcats will back off. Welton has to wait for Jelly to get on side. He gets decked. Wildcats will pick it back up. Olsen feed through the middle. It's picked back up. It's going to be called on the offside here. 7:17 to go into this first period. Islanders home game on the road in Moncton. Trail the Wildcats by a score of 2-0. No lineup changes for the Islanders here this afternoon. The Islanders coaching brass looking to try to get a handle on who potentially can step up and battle for some of the spots that are open. As Gavin Watt down the wing. Maynard works around. Alexi Daniel. I liked his game last year with the Moncton Flyers. Go-getter for sure. As Berube near side. Long shot. That one gets knocked down by Arsenault. Zach Beauregard will pick it back up. Beauregard along the wall. Costanero gets bumped. Berube shot. That one gets blocked. Maynard knocks his man down. That's Daniel as it rolls in on goaltender Chad Arsenault. Will drop down and hold on to that. 6:48 to go here in this first period. Face-off will come back down to the right of goaltender Chad Arsenault. How fantastic is it just to be back at the rink? I'm sure a lot of parents chomping at the bit to get at the rink and watch their sons and daughters play hockey as well, but just nice to be back at the rink and talking hockey. There's Patrick LeBlanc. We'll leave it down deep. Felix Tremblay cuts in behind the goal. Tremblay turns it over along the wall as the Islanders battle for it. Ben Boyd in there with Patrick LeBlanc. LeBlanc with an opportunity this season to step up and play a bigger role here with this Islanders team. They're going to be looking for some goal scoring and playmaking, that's for sure. And LeBlanc is a guy that has that pedigree coming out of midget hockey here in Moncton. If he can rekindle some of that magic that he had here, the Islanders would be very thankful for that. And LeBlanc, of course, it's a growing process for any player in junior hockey as Kieran Gallant heads to the penalty box for hooking, but LeBlanc's going to get that opportunity. As the faceoff will come back down to the right of Chad Arsenault. 6:16 to go here in this first period. Isles to the penalty kill, the first power play of the hockey game for either side. As Cloutier will go cross ice for Owen Stammer. Stammer showing some fancy footwork off. Dipsy doodling inside. Will jam on the brakes, top of the circle, go far side for Berube. He'll walk the line, let a shot go. That one gets redirected by Richard, just wide of the target. Cloutier back to the blue line for Berube. Back for Cloutier. Berube will load up, fire. That one gets blocked as LaBelle will have it back to the midpoint. Wildcats moving around. Ben Boyd, though, will push it ahead. Here come the Islanders back in. Oliver on a breakaway. Oliver hooked up on the way through. Gets tripped up over the goaltender. No call on the play. There's Wilner right there. Looked like he got his stick hooked a little bit, but not near as much time as maybe Oliver hoped he'd have. And so, great opportunity for the Islanders. Goes astray as Oliver gets hooked up. Nice play by Ben Boyd to block the shot and send Oliver ahead while running a bit of interference on his man. And so the faceoff will come back down to the left. 5:25 to go here. Gavin Watt plays it in behind the goal for Olsen. Connor Olsen. I want to say Simon Olsen, but definitely different. Connor's got about 2 feet on him. Of course, Simon Olsen, a fan favorite to play with the PEI Rocket, as Olsen will send it cross ice, has an assist on the latest goal for the Wildcats to make it 2-0. They come up midpoint. Olsen goes cross ice. Here's LeBlanc. Backdoor feed, looking for a tap in from Watt. Good job by Maynard to tie his man stick up. Drop back in behind. Here's Watt for Dominic LeBlanc. LeBlanc curls away from one man. LeBlanc leaves it off. Here's Foreman in behind the goal. Foreman for LeBlanc. LeBlanc midpoint shot. That one by Olsen fired wide. Islanders will pick it up. Graham, he can't clear it. Kept in by Olsen. Good job. Maynard hacks at a rolling puck. Alex Graham will have it back for the Islanders and just slap it back down the length of the ice. 12 seconds to go in the minor. 4:24 to go here in this first period. Islanders trail the Moncton Wildcats by a score of 2-0. Corey Arsenault with the call on the road in Moncton here this afternoon at the beautiful Avenir Center. Josh Crooks. The Islanders will wait. Drew Elliott will play it in behind the goal. Felix Tremblay runs into traffic, turns the puck over. Wildcats battle for Kieran Gallant out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Gallant, check that. It's Hamel off the glass and out. Drew Elliott gives chase after it. Elliott can't get to it. It's going to be Brock Forsyth. Around Justin Gill. Chipping deep. Tremblay for Hamel. Hamel for Justin Gill, and the Islanders' second rounder from a year ago will move it through for Drew Elliott. Elliott, acquired at the deadline last year, had a pretty good 16-year-old season here for Charlottetown, looking to take the next step this year. As the Owls work it down to the left of DeMattia. Pilot trying to find it. Chisholm heads off into the corner. Justin Gill spins away from his man. Gill will step in front. Gill walks the midline. Gill knocked down there by Wilson. As Wilson and Gill hack at one another. As Castanero brings it in, but it's going to be called on the offside here. 3:04 to go in this first period. Islanders down by a score of 2-0. They trailed 3-0 yesterday after one. Down 2-0 here, and really have had one or two scoring chances on DeMattia, and that's pretty well it. Wildcats have definitely controlled the play in this one so far. Richard leaves it. Owen Stammer will play it in behind. Berube through the middle for Stammer. Stammer gets it ahead. Here's LeBlanc in behind. Landon McDonald. The backhand. Good save made. Second rebound attempt, and Chad Arsenault will make the save and hold on to that. Faceoff will come back down to the left of Arsenault. His best saves of the hockey game to keep it a 2-0 contest. As the Islanders will make changes. Connor Richard didn't take the draw. Draws one as it's slapped wide. LeBlanc bumped there by Zach Beauregard. Ben Boyd bumping him. Boyd goes through the middle for Drew Johnson. Johnson works to the outside. Johnson drags it into the corner. Johnson in behind the goal, still on the puck. Throws it cross ice for Beauregard, too far for him. Connor Richard looks for it. Thomas Darcy in there as well as Dominic LeBlanc. Will leave it for Connor Richard. Cut off there by Ryan Maynard. Islanders will throw it ahead. Ben Boyd drags it back in. Boyd has it down in his feet. He's cut off there by Pavin. Played into the referee. Islanders get a bounce. Here's Johnson trying to get the shot off. DiMattia may have got a piece of that. Drew Elliott back into the corner on the far side. It's let off the wall. Wildcats, LaBelle. He has a goal here in this first period. Tremblay, he's given a bump. Wildcats will take it back in. Vachon. Met there by Anthony Hamel. Played in behind. Drew Elliott will have it for the Islanders. Elliott will wrap it around for Drew Johnson. Johnson bumps off his man. That's Vachon. Beauregard looking to help him out. Islanders trying to kick it ahead. Johnson gives his man a bit of a rough ride in front of the Islanders bench. Hamel back for the Islanders. Hamel will leave it for Drew Elliott. Elliott for Felix Tremblay. Patrick LeBlanc touch to the head. Kieran Gallant gives chase after it. And one thing, Kieran Gallant, doesn't matter what time of the season it is, he only knows one way to play, and that's hard. As Daniel drops it off. A shot, that one gets blocked. Del Welton in behind. Alexi Daniel throws it in front. Here's Pilote, wrist shot. That one gets blocked by McDonald. Here's Foreman in behind the goal. Foreman back to the blue line. They go cross ice. Pilote, wrist shot. That one gets through. Traffic rebounds in front. Foreman able to battle for it. Patrick LeBlanc will have it, left it off the wall and out to center. Islanders on their heels here a little bit. Del Welton will work it back in. Welton throws it towards the front of the goal. Gallant gives chase. Gallant may have got a stick on it, but DiMattia will drop down and hold on here with 31.5 seconds to go in this first period. Like yesterday, the Moncton Wildcats pretty well controlling the first period. Shots on goal currently 8-5. The Wildcats lead by a score of 2-0. Vincent LaBelle and Connor Richard, the goal scorers, their first of the preseason. There's a shot that gets blocked. Chisholm throws it. There's Gill. Shot right on. DiMattia will make the save. Alex Graham looking for the rebound, but DiMattia does a good job to smother that and hold on here. 21.9 to go. Faceoff will come back to the right of Gio DiMattia. Gill with foresight. There's a long shot. That one gets blocked. Crooks through the middle. Crooks finds a man streaking in. It's Wilson. Wilson up top. Good save made by Arsenault as Wilson gets in behind Isaac Voss, and it was a breakaway late. Islanders will pick back up. Gill for Alex Graham. 3 seconds ago, Graham trying to work to the outside of Darcy. Throws it off the side of the goal, and the horn will sound to end period number one. Wildcats out shooting the Islanders by a count of 7 shots for the Islanders. 10 shots for the Wildcats. Vincent LaBelle unassisted, and Connor Richard from Connor Olson at 12:04 has the Wildcats up by a score of 2-0. We'll take a break and be back with period number 2. You're listening to Islanders Hockey live on the Islanders YouTube page, live here from Moncton, New Brunswick.
Service to independent and chain restaurants, hotels and motels, healthcare institutions, and dairy bars. Warehousing over 4,000 products, ADL Foods delivers around 2 million cases of products to island businesses each year. That pretty much covers the facilities. Now let's take a closer look at a few of the ADL products. ADL produces a wide variety of dairy products and PEI: milk, eggnog, cheese, butter, soft ice cream mix, evaporated and sweetened condensed milk. ADL fluid milk products are manufactured to the highest quality standards. ADL and Perfection brands include a variety of fluid milk products, as well as specialty dairy products like buttermilk eggnog, and various creams. With the use of locally produced milk and local production plants, island consumers are guaranteed fresh, healthy, and nutritional ADL milk products. The ADL family of cheeses is recognized nationally for its outstanding quality and has been awarded a number of prestigious awards. We use pure, sweet milk from the finest island dairy cows, traditional craftsmanship, and a time-honored natural aging process to create our award-winning cheddar and specialty cheeses with a unique and wholesome taste. ADL soft serve ice cream is a perennial favorite with islanders and visitors alike. Is there anything more delectable? ADL's quality butter has become a tradition on many island tables. The distinctive ADL butter flavor is a result of the sweet island cream, small vat and churn processing with just the right amount of added salt and the perfect moisture content. The finished butter is cut, wrapped, and distributed throughout PEI and Atlantic Canada. Perfection brand evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk are staples in Canadian households and are the secret ingredient in many family traditional recipes, from decadent desserts to delicious creamy seafood chowders. It's also a favorite addition to a nice hot cup of tea or coffee. So that concludes our tour of Amalgamated Dairies Limited. The history, the producer farms, the production facilities, and of course, the products. After more than 60 years, ADL continues to be a leader in the PEI agricultural and agri-food processing industry. Our dairy products have become part of island life and a source of pride by our producer members and local communities. Amalgamated Dairies Limited continues to value its farmers, staff members, and customers as vital stakeholders in the ongoing success of our business. ADL truly is an island success story. Amalgamated Dairies Limited was created in 1953 by a group of island dairy farmers. The original company consisted of 6 dairies in the western part of PEI, and over the ensuing decades has grown to include production plants across the province. The company is a cooperative owned by the island dairy farmers, which is a unique arrangement. This ownership structure is all about combining individual efforts for the benefit of a larger community. Something these farmers all have in common is a deep sense of pride. Pride in the milk they produce, pride in their farms, pride in their communities, and pride in the successful company they have helped to create. They are committed to producing the highest quality milk for their own families and for their neighbors near and far. This same sense of pride and commitment can be seen in the company's employees as they go about their daily business. Today, ADL is Prince Edward Island's largest dairy with 5 production plants and employs more than 250 islanders. All the island dairy producers are member owners of ADL. Milk used for quality dairy products starts out at these farms. ADL's unique ownership structure and direct relationship with our milk suppliers allows for extra care and handling procedures that make island dairy products unique. Our natural geographic location and rich agricultural industry provide a prime location for dairy herds and milk production. In fact, PEI has the highest rate of dairy production in Canada per capita and is second only to Wisconsin in all of North America. These family farms are an important part of the rural fabric of the island. We'll have a closer look at a few of those family farms. Our first stop is at Parkview Farms in the land of Anne, Cavendish. This century farm is operated by the 5th generation of the McNeil family. Twice daily, the herd is moved across the main road from the pasture into the barn for milking. It's a blend of the old and new when the automated milking machines do their work, and then it's back to the green grass of the field and the fresh seaside breezes. For our next visit, we head up west to Alberton at the Dock Road Dairy Farm. Kent Rennie owns this new farm that was completely rebuilt following a recent fire that nearly wiped out his herd. This is a completely modern dairy operation that uses island sand for a bedding material instead of the usual straw, and employs a fully automated robotic milking system. The barn is temperature controlled, ensuring year-round comfort for the herd. The beautifully maintained, manicured grounds of the Dock Road Dairy Farm are a testament to the pride the Rennie family has in their farm. For our final stop on our farm tour, we head east to the Golden Bay Dairy, just to the south of St. Peter's. This is one of the most modern dairy operations on the island and is truly a state-of-the-art dairy barn. Eric and Sharon Terbeek have 100 milking cows in their herd, housed in the climate control barn where computer technology is everywhere. The 2 robotic milking machines operate 24/7, with the cows choosing their own milking schedule. The computer system tracks each cow's milk production as well as feed consumption and alerts Eric if there's anything out of the ordinary. Of course, there's always work to be done on a farm, even a robotic one. That wraps up our farm visits. Now, let's have a look at where the milk goes once it leaves the farms. ADL products are made in 5 production plants on the island: ADL Butter in O'Leary, ADL Milk and Ice Cream Mix in St. Elners, ADL and Perfection brands in West Royalty, Perfection Canned Milk in Charlottetown, and Dairy Isle, ADL, and Private Label Cheese in Summerside. ADL Foods, the main ADL warehouse and distribution center, is located on Reed Drive on the eastern edge of the city of Summerside. Our first stop is the butter plant in the town of O'Leary. First, the cream must be pasteurized. The cream vats are both heated and stirred by these large, steam-filled coils. Next, 4,000 pounds of the pasteurized cream is transferred into the churn. This is where the magic happens. After about 15 minutes of churning, the cream has been transformed into 2,000 pounds of golden butter and 2,000 pounds of almost colorless buttermilk that is drained off and trucked to other ADL plants. The butter maker oversees the entire operation and tests each batch to ensure it meets the precise moisture and salt content required to meet the exacting ADL standard. Once he's satisfied, the 2,000 pounds of butter is discharged from the churn, packaged into the familiar 1-pound bricks, and moved to the cold storage room for later pickup. The annual butter production is about 2 million pounds. The next stop on the production tour is at one of the 2 fluid milk ADL plants, this one in St. Elners. Fluid milk is processed 4 times weekly, ensuring a reliably fresh product for the customer. This plant produces a variety of products, including white and chocolate milk, cream, eggnog, and the soft ice cream mix served in restaurants and ice cream dairy bars throughout the island. All of the consumer milk products from this facility are packaged in the familiar gable-top ADL cartons. The second fluid milk plant is located in the West Royalty Industrial Park on the outskirts of Charlottetown. Here, a batch of chocolate milk is being prepared using only the highest quality ingredients. In contrast to the St. Eleanor's products, the West Royalty products are packaged in recyclable plastic bottles and 3-liter bags. All of the milk products are delivered across the island by a fleet of ADL refrigerated vehicles. The combined production of the 2 ADL fluid milk plants is about 10 million litres annually. Our next stop is downtown Charlottetown at the canned milk plant. There are 2 main products produced here under the Perfection brand: evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk. As one of only 2 condensed milk production facilities in Canada, the majority of the product is destined for markets outside BEI. During the regular 10-hour production day, the Charlottetown plant produces some 100,000 cans of milk. This plant uses approximately 20 million litres of farm fresh milk annually. Although it's considered somewhat of a legacy milk product, its features of extended shelf life and room temperature storage still make it a valuable and much sought after food item.
Downtown Moncton, New Brunswick, the Charlottetown Islanders and Moncton Wildcats. Game 2 of the exhibition season for both squads. The Wildcats dominating yesterday, with a 6-1 victory lead by a score of 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. It is exhibition, so no need to get all worked up just yet, although some people do certainly like to. As LaBelle will throw it cross ice. Wildcats look for it in his skates. Matthias Cloutier came across in that big Jed Capelche deal. Ben Boyd looking for it in the corner. LaBelle battles for it in behind. LaBelle, he's been buzzing around here for the Wildcats. Leaves it a high shot. That one over top of the target along the wall. Picked back up. Kieran Gallant can't corral it. Wildcats. Connor Olsen. As Dow met there by Ben Boyd. Solid body check as Boyd took a run at Pavin. Pavin stood him up. Here's Olsen. It's been impressive. Throws a pass in front in that first period. Once again, only a period. I like his poise as Graham turn and send it deep. Wildcats. Darcy will fish it along the wall. Gauthier takes the hit to chip it out. Wildcats will chase back after it. Dominic LeBlanc looking for Connor Richard. That one doesn't reach. Felix Tremblay has it back for the Isles. Tremblay spins away from traffic. Will cross ice for Drew Elliott. He'll line it back up. Elliott walks around one. Elliott steps in, fires that one off the blocker. DeMattia as Drew Elliott with a nice little burst and a move. Wildcats back up. Oh, LeBlanc laid out. Hamel, though, and it's a goal as Hamel absolutely lays out Dominic LeBlanc, but it's Connor Richard who's able to drive towards the front of the goal, and he beats Chad Arsenault on the glove side, and Richard has his second of the game, and the Wildcats will have a 3-0 lead. LeBlanc sucking gas right now as Hamel caught him in the trolley tracks, but Richard is able to get in behind, and so the Wildcats will take a 3-0 lead. And LeBlanc will make his way back to the dressing room, but LeBlanc, give him credit, takes the hit to make the play, and there's not many 18-year-old defenders that hit harder than Anthony Hamel. I call him the hammer for a reason. There's Chisholm, lifts it off the glass and down the length of the ice. And Darcy comes back. It's going to be called on the icing. 15:05 to go here, and there's second period. Connor Richard has his second of the game from Dominic LeBlanc as the Islanders find themselves in a familiar territory, down by a score of 3-0. As Alexi Daniel takes the draw. It's swatted at. Islanders look for it in the skates. It's Landon McDonald who will wind up. McDonald fishes it ahead. Will head in after it. McDonald folds over a pair, including Jonah Jelly, as Dow and McDonald battle up with one another. Dow and McDonald still tangled. They work away free. It's a 2-on-1, a slowly, and they fire a shot. That one's off the glove of Chad Arsenault. As Kyle Foreman pass it off in front. There's Gavin Watt, a jam play. Alexi Daniel, really feels like a rec hockey game right now. Defense is optional. There's Del Welton, same amount of fans. Leaves it. Justin Gill through for Costanero. He'll touch it off the backhand and in. Pilat watches him. Dow leaves it off. Brock Forsyth, with good wheels, will work back out. He's cut off by Zach Beauregard. Forsyth down the left side. Forsyth, bad angle shot. That one booted away by Arsenault. Drew Johnson will have it for the Isles. He'll cut back. Doesn't like what he sees at the blue line. Moves it through for Ryan Maynard. Maynard will work his way back in. Beauregard tried to go through the middle. No one home. Picked back up by Richard. Check that Forsyth for Crooks. Johnson just touches it ahead. Costanero in his skates. Costanero finds Beauregard. Beauregard will walk back in. Beauregard's long shot. That one snapped off a foot wide as the Isles press it back. Beauregard after Connor Olsen. Hamel steps up on his man. Forsyth waiting for Costanero. Has it at the blue line. He'll play it deep. The Isles will come across for changes here with 16:18 to go in this second period. Connor Richard has made it a 3-0 hockey game for Moncton. Patrick LeBlanc try to come deep. It's picked off as LaBelle. Cut off there by Ben Boyd. Tremblay chips it back to the Wildcats as LaBelle leaves it for Isaac Wilson. He's stripped of the puck by Patrick LeBlanc. LeBlanc through for Ben Boyd. Boyd working 1-on-2. Boyd runs into his man. Boyd gives his man a bit of a rough ride. The puck will come up high. Here's Tremblay's shot. That one gets blocked. Hamel will work back after for the Islanders. Hamel steps up the center, rolls it through for Boyd. Can't handle that one cleanly. Gallant trying to get it deep for LeBlanc. Boyd snaps a shot. That one right on DeMattia. He will drop down and hold on to that with 15:28 to go here in the second period. Boyd, of course, had a real good training camp last year for the Islanders. Left early and then came back and played a regular season game, and I thought he was impressive in that game as well. A big body that plays a Jim Holton type north-south style. Physical. Has a chance to be a player. Welton's wrist shot. That one deflects wide. Here's Alex Graham. Send it deep. Sam Oliver trying to fish it out. He cannot do so. Wildcats break back in. There's a shot. That one wide of the target. Oh, come up high to the blue line. Dow had it roll on him. Here's Elliott. Strips Dow the puck. Elliott will work up. Elliott a rolling puck. Tries to shovel it in, but DiMattia, good pad save. Gio DiMattia with that big 6'2", 6'3" frame. Good project here in Moncton. As it's going to be called in the offside. The Wildcats, of course. Dakota Lundcornish, former Charlottetown Islander. Just a terrific kid. Potential 20-year-old overager in Moncton. They also drafted a European netminder. He's yet to get to camp, like most Europeans. The Islanders hoping they got some money in the bank with a couple of Europeans. Young Czech kids that are coming in, but so tough. One still 16, one 17. Tough for any player to play at a high level and with high expectations at that age in this league. It's certainly a 19-year-old, 20-year-old league. It's a developmental league. There's no denying that, and this is developmental for a lot of the players that are on the ice here right now this afternoon. Wildcats leave it off the glass to the blue line. Voss makes a move. Nice play for Justin Gill. Gill in the traffic loses the puck. Battles back after it. He's ridden into the boards from behind by Dow as Dow and Gill. And nope, no fighting now. I don't even know what the rules could be with COVID. Probably no fighting. Gill, he'll go with anyone. Sam Dow's got that chip on his shoulder as well, but hockey's changed. There's no denying that. And definitely has changed now with the year 2020 COVID. Dow filled Gill in from behind, and he was picking up the initial penalty, and then Gill got back up and didn't like it. So 2 for boarding and 2 for roughing for Dow, and Gill gets 2 for roughing. And so a power play opportunity here for the Islanders to go to work here. Down by a score of 3-0 with 14-17 to go in this second period. Costanero, Beauregard, Drew Johnson, Isaac Voss, and Ryan Maynard on the back end. Draws down, Pavin. We'll wrap it around. Here's Maynard. We'll keep it in. Islanders. Beauregard for Isaac Voss. Voss walks the line. Leaves it. Drew Johnson feed down low. Costanero's through his legs. Ryan Maynard will wait. Beauregard. Cross ice for Johnson. For Isaac Voss. Voss for Maynard. Maynard leaves it. Here's Beauregard. Pass down low. Beauregard rebound in front. Hand slotted through as it's picked up by the Wildcats, and Alexi Daniel will send it down the length of the ice. Maynard picks it back up. 84 seconds to go in the power play. He'll step to center and snapping it around the horseshoe. Costanero takes it along his skate. Costanero shovels it back to the blue line. Isaac Voss across for Ryan Maynard. Maynard had the lone goal last night. Maynard steps, fires right on. Save is made. Drew Johnson looking for the rebound, and DiMattia does a good job holding his ground and will hold on here with 1:06 to go in this man advantage. 13:23 to go in this period number 2. Wildcats up by a score of 3-0 as Drew Johnson with the shot. DiMattia does a good job battling for the sight lines, finds it, and the faceoff will come back down to the right of the Cole Harbor Wolfpack netminder. Kieran Gallant, Patrick LeBlanc, and Ben Boyd now out for the Islanders. Hamel and Tremblay. Tremblay winds that one, blocked in front. Rebound, Gallant fires it right on, and DiMattia has it once again as the Wildcats, Thomas Darcy, with a block shot in front. Faceoff will come back down to the right of DiMattia. 13:15 to go here in this middle frame. Gallant wins the draw cleanly for Tremblay. For Anthony Hamel. Hamel for Tremblay, midpoint. Tremblay surveys the situation, gives it for Hamel. Hamel for Tremblay. Tremblay for Patrick LeBlanc. Pass in front for Boyd. That one just missed him wide. Hamel back. Patrick LeBlanc slapping for it, and he wants it. Hamel turns it over. It's picked up by the Wildcats and sent down the length of the ice. Say Lucas Cormier is going to get a fair bit of power play time this year for Charlottetown. As Gallant will bring it back in. He'll Make a move away from one man. Leave it for Felix Tremblay. LeBlanc. Back for Tremblay. Tremblay for Hamel. Fans on that shot attempt. Forsyth in the corner. Boyd knocks off his man. Gallant will go in behind the goal. LeBlanc wheeled it away for the Islanders. LeBlanc goes cross ice. Hamel fires that one. Good save made once again. DeMattia has been impressive here this afternoon for the Wildcats. His Forsyth lifts it off the wall. Crooks will pick it up as Boyd tangled up with one man as Josh Crooks spins away. Crooks, a great story through his hockey career. As the puck will come back up, Gallant as Hamel's tangled up with Brock Forsyth. Got him in the finger four-legger lock in behind the goal. And so I think Forsyth's going to pick up the minor. And so Islanders will go back to the power play here once again. Forsyth off for holding as Robichaud makes the call, and the Islanders will go back to the power play back deep inside the Wildcats territory. 11:51 to go here as Gill will make his way out of the box for the Islanders. I wonder if we're going to see goaltending changes halfway through. Doesn't look like Jacob Gooby's getting too stretched up. I don't see Nick Sheehan is stretching out, so looks like Sheehan will come in. And Gooby, of course, a backup on the team last year, and unfortunately for Chad Arsenault, basically the only position that's pretty well guaranteed as it's wrapped off the glass and out, but into the Wildcats bench here with 11:26 to go here. Islanders, of course, bringing in Colton Ellis in the offseason. They're hoping that their back end and goaltending are amongst the tops in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and it should be. Colton Ellis could arguably be one of the better goaltenders in the Canadian Hockey League this year. Noah Lowen and Lucas Cormier had put that pairing up against quite a few in junior hockey. William Trudeau with a terrific season last year. Long shot. Oscar Plandowski going to take a big step this year as well, hopefully. A 17-year-old, of course. Ultra talented as Drew Elliott will work in behind the goal. Elliott, this team's still young. Maynard, midpoint, gives it. Oliver, hot shot, high and wide. Isaac Voss will keep it in. Voss jams on the brakes. Voss will leave it for Alex Graham. Graham, lead feed in front. That one comes to the blue line, kept in by Maynard. Maynard makes a move around one. Maynard steps out and fires, gets filled in by Gavin Watt, but makes a play and generates something. That's what you want to see. And Ryan Maynard, he's here to make this hockey team. Nice move along the line. We're hoping they got something in the mold of Brendan Clavel, and if he turns out to be a portion of Brendan Clavel, the Islanders have themselves a hockey player. Clavel, terrific free agent pickup, and they're hoping that Ryan Maynard could be along those lines. Landon McDonald for Del Welton. Here's Gill, fires that one wide of the target, past Landon McDonald and back into the Islanders zone. Chad Arsenault will leave it off for Del Welton. Welton trying to get away from Alexi Daniel. He'll give it to Jonah Jelly. Jelly in across the blue line. Jelly works it down deep. Chisholm in looking for it as well. 25 seconds to go here in the power play. Wildcats will flip it ahead. Alexi Daniel. Landon McDonald cuts his man off. Here's Gill. Back in, Justin Gill. We'll settle it down for Welton. Welton overhandles the puck. Welton back after for the Islanders. Welton tries to go cross ice. There's Jelly, shot right on, and DeMattia sees that one and holds on to that one. 9:57 to go here. We're at the halfway point of this second period, and Gio DeMattia tapping the post like he wants to stay in. Sheehan's looking for the nod from the coaching staff. Sorry, Nick. Sit back down for a little bit, son. The face-off will come back down to the right of DeMattia. Tremblay. Snapshot right on. Gloved by DeMattia here once again. 2 seconds to go. Poor Sheehan looking to get the attention of Daniel Lacroix. Now he's looking back a little bit. Gooby certainly is not coming in, or if he is with no helmet or blocker or trapper. As the Islanders, Patrick LeBlanc, fans on the attempt. He was checked from behind. It's brought back in. Here's Kyle Foreman. Throws a feed in front. Foreman after his own rebound. He's knocked there. There's a shot, and they score as the Wildcats step in, and it's a loose puck in front off the back end of a power play. And it's going to be Pilat who rips it through traffic, beats goaltender Chad Arsenault on the blocker side, and DiMattia's afternoon is over. Impressive afternoon for Gio DiMattia. Very strong in goal for the Wildcats. He'll leave. No shot clock, but I'd have to say close to 20 shots on goal. I believe 18 in around there. But Pilat has the latest goal for the Wildcats as he lets a shot go. Broken down in front, and Charles-Antoine Pilat. How you doing? 4-0. Moncton. Pilat gives chase after it. Off the wall, Owen Stammer will wait for it. Drew Johnson. Up after Beauregard. He's knocked down by Connor Richard as Beauregard's usually on the opposite side of those. And Connor Richard, he's been impressive as well. There's quite a few Moncton players that have been eye-opening here this afternoon. And so the faceoff will come back down to the right of the more veteran Charlottetown Islanders squad here. He finds himself down by a score of 4-0. Maynard, wrist shot, that one wide of the target. Beauregard blows a tire. There's Castanero, shot that one wide. Drew Johnson looking for a rolling puck. Here's Isaac Voss. Knuckle puck time. Wires that one over top of the goal. It's wrapped back around. LeBlanc to the blue line. Voss will make a move around one man. Centering feed in front, Castanero will look for it. There's a centering pass back again. I have to say, if I've been impressed with one player here this afternoon for Charlottetown, it's been 13 Voss. Stammer centering feed in front. That one just wide of the target. Maynard will wait for it. Drew Johnson pushes a man off the puck as Connor Olsen will have it for the Wildcats. Olsen will leave it back. Paven trying to find that. It's played out through the middle. LeBlanc gets in behind a pair. LeBlanc fires a shot. That one patted away by Chad Arsenault. LeBlanc will look for it. Isaac Voss at the end of a shift gives it off for Drew Elliott. Elliott can't clear the zone. Wildcats back after it. Here's Gavin Watt. Back door looking for the feed. There's LeBlanc shot. That one through traffic. Watt. He's bumped there by Drew Elliott. Chad Arsenault's got no steal. Still makes a save. Puck down in front. Scrambling around. He can't even stand up. He's got no steal in his holder. Finally, the whistle goes down. Trying to stand up and push. If you ever tried to push on ice with plastic, that's how groins go to sleep. And his face-off will come back out, and Spider's looking to get the mask on. And here we go. Darth Spider running onto the ice with his mask and goggles. Everybody needs a little ice time here as well. I'm surprised they let the play go on as long as they did. When the steal popped out, he's roaring at the official. He's like, I can't stand up. And so, get those red goggles in there and get to work. Look at that, even a little snow scrape at the same time. And so, Arsenault has the steal back in. And we're ready to go here with 7:37 to go in the second period. 4-0 Moncton. Gio DiMattia with a great job here this afternoon. I'm sure that's not how they say his name in Italy. Is Gil. Muscles his man. Del Welton, he's bumped in behind. Landon McDonald will chase after it. McDonald turns the puck over. Daniel fires a shot. That one deflects off a stick up high, and it'll play. The faceoff will come back down to the left of Arsenault. 7:20 to go here in this second period. Islanders just looking to get some kind of momentum. Wildcats. Thomas Darcy. Cross. There's a long shot knocked away by Arsenault. Alexi Daniel will spin, fire towards the front, and Arsenault will make the save as Gavin Watt giving Del Welton a little bit of a ride after, and Justin Gill comes in to settle him down. Gavin Watt plays with a lot of heart and soul. He's a gamer. And that's infectious on the bench. As Watt plays for keeps. Love his style. Undersized pitbull. Face-off will come back down to the left of Arsenault's fourth sight, tossed in the circle. Crooks will come in to take it with Gallant, who wins it cleanly. Tremblay in behind the goal. Hamel bumps off his man, Forsythe. Crooks in there too. Wildcats play it back. Here's Dow. Fires a shot, that one wide. Crooks is Hamel. Tangled up with his man, Wilson. Hamel. Give him bumps. Hamel just keeps going. Just wants to run at anybody he can get a piece of. Fan favorite for sure. Islanders. Boyd trying to cut off Dow as the puck will come back out. Kieran Gallant for Felix Tremblay. Tremblay will play it ahead. Patrick LeBlanc shovels it off the boards and deep. Ben Boyd chases in after Dow. A couple of big lads battling for the puck. LeBlanc knocked off it. Beauregard will step up. It's down in his skates. Beauregard comes away with it, kicks it up to his tape. Backhand Sheehan makes a save as Beauregard drives the goal and then gets tangled up with Sheehan. There's going to be a penalty coming here to the Islanders. And so Beauregard's going to head to the penalty box for interference. Robichaud right on top. Can't push or play with the goalie. And it's the right call, and so the Wildcats will go to the penalty box. You can hear every conversation between the officials and the players. It's odd. It's like Devil yelling at us playing Confed League hockey back years ago. The face-off will come back down to the right of Chad Arsenault. Maynard around the glass, takes a favorable Moncton hop and stays in. Berube will leave it down low. Connor Richard's been one of the better Wildcat players here this afternoon. Berube, far side, Cloutier will send it deep. Owen Stammer, pass in front, shot, save is made, rebounds in the skates of Voss. Arsenault looking for it, puck still comes free. LaBelle battling for it. Here's Stammer in behind the goal. To the blue lines past Berube. Drew Johnson in a foot race. Johnson has a man with him. It's Oliver. Johnson fires a shot right on. Save is made by Sheehan. He'll hold on. There's Drew Johnson mixing it up in front. Goaltender Sheehan here. 5:24 to go in this second period. 1:20 remaining on the power play for the Moncton Wildcats. Is Johnson a quick shot. Sheehan bobbles it, finds it, and there's Drew pitchforking in front, looking for the rebound, and Robichaud asking Johnson, what are you doing? He's just doing what Drew Johnson does, and that's mixing it up, and that's his game. Elliott take the draw with Stammer. Draws down. Wildcats control. 4-0 is the score. Moncton, much like yesterday, dominating here this afternoon is Stammer. We'll leave it off. Cloutier. We'll wait. Wildcats go cross ice. There's Berube. What a pretty pass. Owen Stammer for Jeremy Berube. Finds the seam and goes upstairs. Glove side of goaltender Chad Arsenault. And 5-0 is the score with 5:01 to go here in this middle period. Berube steps in his off wing, and he goes upstairs, beats Arsenault on the glove side, and the Isles find themselves down 5 Cobb. And I find myself asking, can we play straight time? As Gill, Costanero, and Chisholm Exhibition hockey. No systems, no flow, just go. And the Wildcats have gone. Capitalize on their opportunities. There's a shot, deflects off a stick wide. Paven looking for it. Del Welton. Oh, wait. Here's Justin Gill. Along the wall. Alexi Daniel. Ahead, here's Gavin Watt in a partial break. Watt trying to kick it up. Watt goes cross ice. Stammer. Stammer and Foreman draw the assist on Berube's goal. Stammer's been impressive. As Welton stripped the puck, trying to pop back up. It's down in the skates. Castanero. Oh, wait. McDonald. Well, Landon McDonald will play it out through. Here's Castanero. Can't get it deep. Wildcats back up. Wilson has a man foresight. Wilson fires a shot right on. Save is made by Arsenault. He'll battle for the rebound and hold on here. 3:57 to go in this second period. It's 5-0. Moncton. The faceoff will come back to the left of goaltender Chad Arsenault, who's been left out to dry here a little bit this afternoon. Defensively, the Islanders just haven't been sharp. But there's no systems being taught, and it's just out run and gun type hockey. And Moncton capitalized on their latest on the power play. Dow. He's looked strong on the back end. Physically strong, that is, and strong game all around as Ben Boyd goes in the corner. Dow's thick boy. Tremblay, left side, fires a shot. That one gets blocked. Josh Crooks will pick it up. Crooks will play it through. It's Isaac Wilson has a man with him. Wilson drags in behind. Wilson trying to send it in front. Good defensive play made by Hamel to lay down and block that. Kieran Gallant trying to clear the zone. Isles. Oh, wait. Jonah Jelly. Can't find it. Dow will leave it back for LeBlanc. LeBlanc, good to see him back after that heavy hit. As Jelly tries to play it in front. Owen Stammer will pick it back up for Moncton. He's got some good wheels. Stammer cuts off in the corner, gives it LeBlanc. Return feed in front for Vachon. As the Wildcats keep it in. There's a high shot up high, and Arsenault will take that one off the mask and hold on here. 2:55. We're only in the second period. It's still 5-0 for the Wildcats. Islanders really haven't tested Nick Sheehan a whole lot here in this middle frame. A shout out to our buddy. I'm in his spot here right now. And that is the Wildcats have come through. Johnson shot right in on top. Brent DeBorn. I'm right here, Brent, right in your spot. What a view you have for every game here in Moncton. I think I'm going to try to get the broadcast booth shifted down and maybe you back up, as this spot is tremendous right here in behind the penalty box, center ice. Perfect view of the game. I know why you're such a big fan and why you love this place so much. Not parked in behind the visiting team goal in Charlottetown, but you like being around the beer cart girls, Brent does. So he knows where he wants to go in Charlottetown. There's no denying that. So I want to send a shout out to Brent DeBorn. I heard he was all fired up for the Cape Breton Eagles broadcast last night. Remember, they're not the Screaming Eagles anymore. They're the Eagles. And Brent tuned in, so we want to send a big hello out. And that's what makes junior hockey so enjoyable. The relationships and friends that you meet along the way. And Brent DeBorn, definitely a big part of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and especially right here in the Maritime Division. So hope to see you back at the rink here soon, buddy Brent. As Darcy looking for it. Drew Elliott will wait for that. It's picked back up by the Wildcats. Said that a few times. LeBlanc walks around. Welton, Dominic LeBlanc sends a feed in front. And Elliott will break back up. Elliott snaps a shot right into the glove of DeMattia, who will hold on. And Dominic LeBlanc has been impressive. I mean, the Wildcats have a lot of holes to fill. If there's any team that it really hurt shutting down last year, you'd have to think Chicoutimi Sags and the Moncton Wildcats. Two teams that were loaded for bear, and just looking around this arena thinking what could have been. Bo Grew, Jarrett McIsaac, Fortier, Olivier Rodrigue. I mean, they were ready to go. And the fans were ready to roar here in Moncton. now faced with a bit of a rebuild, but they got some good-looking young talent as Elliott finds Graham. That one just skipped over top of his tape. Graham heads in after, reverses it in behind the goal. No one there. Beauregard bumps his man. Tremblay, wrist shot. That one gets batted down with a high stick. It was a called play on as it's wrapped around the wall. Connor Richard lifts it out and through. Cloutier will pick it up for the Wildcats. Cloutier snaps a shot. That one wide of the target. Arsenault leaves it in behind the goal. Beauregard will pick it back up for Charlottetown. Costanero near side. Throws a feed through the middle. Costanero will leave it back. Here's Tremblay for Anthony Hamel. Beauregard will wait. Islanders will throw it through. Costanero touches it but doesn't get it deep. Foreman will wait for that. Jim Holt and Guy Girard up above watching this afternoon. Kevin Henderson and Logan McMillan on the Islanders bench. There's Jim and Guy along with Trevor Burke getting a real good look at what they have here potentially moving forward. I think that potential cuts and pretty well roster selections are going to happen across the queue this week. Due to the fact of the CJEP rules, a long shot comes in and it's gloved down by Sheehan, who will hold on here with 12.3 to go. It was 2-0 after one. It's 5-0 here right now. As the faceoff will come back, it just hasn't been the Islanders' way here in Moncton so far through 5 periods. Dominic LeBlanc to take the draw with Justin Gill. Wildcats will have it. They'll roll it along the wall just to kill the clock. 5 seconds ago, Costanero throws it in front. That one redirected by Gill just wide as the buzzer will sound to end period number 2. It was all Moncton in the first. It was all Moncton here in the second. 2-0 after one. In the second period, the Wildcats continue to pour things on as Connor Richard made it 3-0 from Dominic LeBlanc. Then it's Charles-Antoine Pilote after a breakdown in front, rips a shot through traffic. Kyle Foreman and Josh Crooks with assists. And then Jeremy Berube on a pretty cross-ice pass from Owen Stammer. And Kyle Foreman draw the assists as well. The Islanders actually outshoot the Wildcats 16-11 in period number 2. Gio DiMattia was really good. Nick Sheehan solid as well. The Wildcats have found some goal scoring, and they lead by a score of 5-0 after 40 minutes of play. 16 minutes time. We'll be back with period number 3. You're listening to Islanders Exhibition Hockey live from the Avenir Center in Moncton, New Brunswick.
The centerpiece of the ADL production facilities is the Water Street Summerside Cheese Plant. As well as being home to the ADL administrative offices and food testing laboratory, it's the company's largest facility, housing both the cheese production plant and storage warehouses. It also has the most intensive production schedule. A unique feature of the cheese produced here is the hand salting process. ADL still uses this time-honored technique. The plant produces many varieties of cheese packaged under the dairy aisle and ADL labels, as well as a variety of private labels. With any high-quality cheese, the aging process is critical. In the climate-controlled warehouses, the 40-pound cheese blocks are carefully monitored and regularly graded to ensure a top-quality tasting cheese. The ADL Extra Old Premium cheese is aged for 15 months. With its intensive 24/7 production schedule, the Summerside plant produces an impressive 7.5 million kilograms of cheese annually. A reliable system of distribution is critical in today's fast-paced environment. ADL Foods, the main ADL warehouse and distribution center, is located on Reed Drive on the eastern edge of the city of Summerside. Prince Edward Island's restaurants and food service industry count on ADL Foods as their full-line food service distributor. Beyond providing products, our experienced team also delivers exceptional service to independent and chain restaurants, hotels and motels, healthcare institutions, and dairy bars. Warehousing over 4,000 products, ADL Foods delivers around 2 million cases of products to island businesses each year. That pretty much covers the facilities. Now let's take a closer look at a few of the ADL products. ADL produces a wide variety of dairy products in PEI: milk, eggnog, cheese, butter, soft ice cream mix, evaporated and sweetened condensed milk. ADL fluid milk products are manufactured to the highest quality standards. ADL and Perfection brands include a variety of fluid milk products, as well as specialty dairy products like buttermilk, eggnog, and various creams. With the use of locally produced milk and local production plants, island consumers are guaranteed fresh, healthy, and nutritional ADL milk products. The ADL family of cheeses is recognized nationally for its outstanding quality and has been awarded a number of prestigious awards. We use pure, sweet milk from the finest island dairy cows, traditional craftsmanship, and a time-honored natural aging process to create our award-winning cheddar and specialty cheeses with a unique and wholesome taste. ADL soft serve ice cream is a perennial favorite with islanders and visitors alike. Is there anything more delectable? ADL's quality butter has become a tradition on many island tables. The distinctive ADL butter flavor is a result of the sweet island cream, small vat and churn processing with just the right amount of added salt and the perfect moisture content. The finished butter is cut, wrapped, and distributed throughout PEI and Atlantic Canada. Perfection brand evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk are staples in Canadian households and are the secret ingredient in many family traditional recipes, from decadent desserts to delicious creamy seafood chowders. It's also a favorite addition to a nice hot cup of tea or coffee. So that concludes our tour of Amalgamated Dairies Limited, the history, the producer farms, the production facilities, and of course, the products. After more than 60 years, ADL continues to be a leader in the PEI agricultural and agri-food processing industry. Our dairy products have become part of island life and a source of pride by our producer members and local communities. Amalgamated Dairies Limited continues to value its farmers, staff members, and customers as vital stakeholders in the ongoing success of our business. ADL truly is an island success story. Amalgamated Dairies Limited was created in 1953 by a group of island dairy farmers. The original company consisted of 6 dairies in the western part of PEI, and over the ensuing decades has grown to include production plants across the province. The company is a cooperative owned by the island dairy farmers, which is a unique arrangement. This ownership structure is all about combining individual efforts for the benefit of a larger community. Something these farmers all have in common is a deep sense of pride. Pride in the milk they produce, pride in their farms, pride in their communities, and pride in the successful company they have helped to create. They are committed to producing the highest quality milk for their own families and for their neighbors near and far. This same sense of pride and commitment can be seen in the company's employees as they go about their daily business. Today, ADL is Prince Edward Island's largest dairy with 5 production plants and employs more than 250 islanders. All the island dairy producers are member owners of ADL. Milk used for quality dairy products starts out at these farms. ADL's unique ownership structure and direct relationship with our milk suppliers allows for extra care and handling procedures that make island dairy products unique. Our natural geographic location and rich agricultural industry provide a prime location for dairy herds and milk production. In fact, PEI has the highest rate of dairy production in Canada per capita and is second only to Wisconsin in all of North America. These family farms are an important part of the rural fabric of the island. We'll have a closer look at a few of those family farms. Our first stop is at Parkview Farms in the land of Anne, Cavendish. This century farm is operated by the 5th generation of the McNeil family. Twice daily, the herd is moved across the main road from the pasture into the barn for milking. It's a blend of the old and new when the automated milking machines do their work, and then it's back to the green grass of the field and the fresh seaside breezes. For our next visit, we head up west to Alberton at the Dock Road Dairy Farm. Kent Rennie owns this new farm that was completely rebuilt following a recent fire that nearly wiped out his herd. This is a completely modern dairy operation that uses island sand for a bedding material instead of the usual straw, and employs a fully automated robotic milking system. The barn is temperature controlled, ensuring year-round comfort for the herd. The beautifully maintained, manicured grounds of the Dock Road Dairy Farm are a testament to the pride the Rennie family has in their farm. For our final stop on our farm tour, we head east to the Golden Bay Dairy, just to the south of St. Peter's. This is one of the most modern dairy operations on the island and is truly a state-of-the-art dairy barn. Eric and Sharon Terbeek have 100 milking cows in their herd, housed in the climate-controlled barn where computer technology is everywhere. The 2 robotic milking machines operate 24/7, with the cows choosing their own milking schedule. The computer system tracks each cow's milk production as well as feed consumption and alerts Eric if there's anything out of the ordinary. Of course, there's always work to be done on a farm, even a robotic one. That wraps up our farm visits. Now, let's have a look at where the milk goes once it leaves the farms. ADL products are made in 5 production plants on the island: ADL Butter in O'Leary, ADL Milk and Ice Cream Mix in St. Elners, ADL and Perfection brands in West Royalty, Perfection Canned Milk in Charlottetown, and Dairy Isle, ADL, and Private Label Cheese in Summerside. ADL Foods, the main ADL warehouse and distribution center, is located on Reed Drive on the eastern edge of the city of Summerside. Our first stop is the butter plant in the town of O'Leary. First, the cream must be pasteurized. The cream vats are both heated and stirred by these large, steam-filled coils. Next, 4,000 pounds of the pasteurized cream is transferred into the churn. This is where the magic happens. After about 15 minutes of churning, the cream has been transformed into 2,000 pounds of golden butter and 2,000 pounds of almost colorless buttermilk that is drained off and trucked to other ADL plants. The butter maker oversees the entire operation.
All right, welcome back to the Avenir Center in beautiful downtown Moncton, New Brunswick, as the Islanders down by a score of 5-0 after 40 minutes of play, looking for any positive they can haul back across the Confederation Bridge here this afternoon. Playing for roster spots here, boys. Let's get going. Here's Ryan Maynard. Step to center and send it down deep. Ben Boyd. Chipping in behind. Kieran Gallant will give chase after it. LeBlanc will pick it up for the Islanders. Top of the circle. Fires a shot. That one deflects off a shin pad on the way through. Kieran Gallant will wait. There's a centering feed by LeBlanc. Blocked off. Gauthier ahead for Vachon. Vachon kicks it up to his tape. Works down the wing. Throws a pass. Blind one in front. Looking for his man LaBelle. That missed him. Isaac Voss. He's been arguably the best player here this afternoon for the Islanders. Actually, I'm not going to argue that at all. He has been. As the puck will come back inside through 40 minutes of play as LeBlanc will wait for it. Justin Gill creates a turnover. Gill, pass in front. Graham didn't one-time it. Trying to get fancy as Hamel just bowls over another Wildcat player. It's LeBlanc, round two. Dominic LeBlanc is wondering, please, Lacroix. Yep, bounce back and give Costanero a little ride, but that's two big body checks Hamel has laid out on LeBlanc. Can it be three? He was looking for three. It's chipped along the wall. It's Costanero. He'll wait for it. Hamel. He's shouldered off as the puck will come back into the Islanders zone. Icing waved off. Felix Tremblay. Lead feet ahead for Costanero. He'll touch it deep and head back for changes. 5-0. Moncton Wildcats lead. Thanks again for the Wildcats for being hosts for the Islanders here this afternoon, the exhibition game. A lot of their off-ice staff here as well. Their gear we're using here this afternoon. Make the trip a little bit more pleasurable as the shot will come. It's gloved down as Dow and Elliott jostle with one another. Sam Dow's been a thorn in the side of the Islanders here this afternoon. There's no denying that. I like this game. Hard nose, moves the puck, takes a hit, dishes out more than he takes. As the faceoff will come back down to the right of Sheehan. Drawn out. There's a long shot. That one gets off the cuff of Sheehan. It's picked up by the Wildcats and brought back up. Daniel chips to the outside of Landon McDonald. Welton will wait for it. Jonah Jelly in there as well. Drew Johnson kicks it on to his tape. Del Welton will come away. Welton in the skates. Doesn't get a pass. Daniel. Islanders will pick it back up. Oliver for Johnson. Johnson fires into the shin pads. There's Oliver waiting for it. Dow, he's bumped by Johnson. Wildcats will have it. It's Gavin Watt. Steps to center and lifts it in deep. Wildcats will start changes. Voss through for Jonah Jelly. Doesn't chip it deep. Forsythe turns it over. It's Patrick LeBlanc. Will pick it back up for Jonah Jelly. LeBlanc goes into the corner after it. He's bumped off the puck. Wildcats. LeBlanc. Midpoint, long shot by Kieran Gallant. Deflects wide. LeBlanc, second shot. That one gets blocked. Wildcats have done a tremendous job blocking pucks, getting lanes. Here's Maynard's shot, another block shot. I mean, every shift. Voss sends it deep. It's off the glass, back to the blue line. Voss will keep it in. Voss sidesteps, walks the line, and chips it back deep. Olsen will look for it. It's off the wall. Forsythe for Jonah Jelly. Jelly will just turn it right back in as the Islanders making changes. A little bit more energy here to start this third period for Charlottetown. As Boyd steps into his man, that's Wilson. Wilson's rugged. As it's along the wall, Hamel. We'll leave it. Justin Gill trying to center a pass in front. Gill can't get it through. Kieran Gallant cuts his man off. That's LaBelle. As LaBelle stick up high on Gallant, doesn't get called. Hamel cut off there by Crooks. Check that, it's LaBelle. The stick was up high, and Hamel. There's going to be a penalty coming here to the Wildcats as LaBelle with the stick right into the grill of Anthony Hamel. As Hamel gets a little taste of the Bauer Supreme, and LaBelle will head to the penalty box for high sticking. The Islanders will go to the power play here. Looking to break the goose egg. Something. Down 5-0. Face-off coming back deep inside Wildcat territory as LaBelle in the box for high sticking with 15:41 to go in this third period. The exhibition hockey in September. On a Thursday afternoon in Moncton. Can't beat it. Tremblay. Oh, wait. Justin Gill. Pass. Whoa! Through the legs. Beauregard whiffs on it. It's out of the tape of Hamel, and he goes upstairs. I don't think that's how they drew it up, but hey, it's not how you draw it. It's how you finish it. And Hamel, the hammer, rips it. Top shelf on the blocker side of Sheehan as Sheehan thought that Beauregard was letting it go. Listen to the Abbey horn going. The Abbey horn is alive here in Moncton. Sounds like a 10-foot dory. There's a knee right on Oliver. No call, Foreman. But the Owls are on the board. As McDonald flips it towards the front of the goal. Islanders leave it down deep. Here's Oliver. Elliott bumps off his man. Miles away. Oliver caught with a dangerous knee. Foreman. I don't think he's seen him coming as Foreman will step back up. Foreman's a rugged character. Wildcats back in. Berube fires a shot. That one over top of the goal. Elliott chases after Pilote. Wildcats throws the feed in front. Puck's loose. Islanders will play it to the blue line. It gets past Dow and out. Pilote will backpedal. Give it for Sam Dow. Dow moves it through for Owen Stammer. Stammer, a beautiful feed here. Second period on the power play. As Gallant will turn and roll it in. Sheehan blocks it across. Pilote will wait for it. Wildcats move it through. LeBlanc for Stammer. Stammer in deep. Kieran Gallant reverses it off for Isaac Voss. For Max Chisholm along the wall, and that one's too far for Jonah Jelly and goes down the length of the ice. Faceoff will come back deep inside Islanders territory. 13:59 to go here in this third period. Hamel with the goal for the Islanders. As Gallant will drag it up through. Gallant gives it off for Max Chisholm. Chisholm has two Wildcats on him. He bounces off Pavin, heads after it. As a stick comes up high. Beauregard's going to draw the assist. And Beauregard will draw the first assist. The primary's not up on the board as Gill took a stick up high. He'll slowly make his way back to the Islanders bench. Forsyth trying to get around Hamel and Boyd. Tremblay steps into his man. It's going to be Sam Oliver. Ahead for Ben Boyd. Boyd makes a move to the outside. Boyd still on it. Throws it in front. That one just rolled wide of Oliver. Puck will be turned back over. Here's Tremblay with a backhand over top of the goal. Oliver can't find that. Wildcats will work it back free. McDonald through for Oliver. Touches it deep. Berube through for Crooks. He'll chip it inside here as the 12:28 mark ticks by. 5-1 is the score. Ben Boyd. Big left shot. Winger throws it through the middle. Dow, I've been impressed with his game this afternoon. LeBlanc, though, strips him of the puck. Dow, though, runs over a couple and still is able to chip it out. Daniel chasing. Isles are throwing ahead. Alex Graham. Dow has that. Wraps it back in one more time. Gavin Watt flicks it through. Foreman. Body by LeBlanc. Del Welton in there too as they battle for it to the right of goaltender Chad Arsenault, who's going to play the full one here this afternoon. Here's Drew Elliott. Speed down the wing. Cuts to the middle. Elliott throws it in front. Puck's loose in the slot, and Graham can't get a piece of it. Costanero, nifty move, gets around one. Fires a shot. It's blocked by Daniel. Said that a few times. Block, shin pad. That's Costanero along the wall. Kicks it, but it gets out past the blue line. Drew Elliott will have it once again. Elliott will spin and wrist it in. Costanero will chase after it. Dow, bump, puck will come back. The Owls blue. Voss. Costanero. He's had some jump here this afternoon for Charlottetown. Big body. Skates well, has a bit of skill, but it's about potentially buying into a role that a lot of kids that get to this level aren't really familiar with, and that's not playing the top six, not being a go-to guy, as Costanero step fans on that one. Finding your role on a team is Costanero. Once again, good shift. Pass the back door. That one, Sheehan with a good save. It may have went off a Wildcat defender, and Sheehan will drop down and hold on to that. 10:32 to go here in period number 3. It's 5-1. 2-0 Wildcats after 1. 5-0 Wildcats after 2. Power play goal by Anthony Hamel has the Islanders on the board. And that's been a little bit to cheer about. The Islanders, though, out shooting the Wildcats 27-21. They haven't played terrible here this afternoon. The Wildcats have been opportunistic, and the Islanders have certainly fired stuff on goal. And if it's not for block shots, they'd be up around 50 right now. Hamel will weave and bob his way out. Play it around Cloutier. Hamel, fun guy to watch. Hamel throws a pass in front. Drew Johnson tries to redirect. Sheehan got a piece of that. It's off the wall and back out. Beauregard plays it blindly. It's Jonah Jelly. Will knock it down. Drew Johnson for Zach Beauregard. Beauregard down the wing. Beauregard works to the outside. Throws a feed in front. It's in behind everyone. Vachon for Cloutier. Cloutier slowly gets to the center and will leave it in on the backhand as both teams making changes up front. Landon McDonald stays with it at center. Tries to get it deep. Wildcats play it in. Del Welton throws it up. Picked off by Pilat. His shot up high. Steered away. Check that. It was Darcy. Berube has the 5th goal. Leaves it for Thomas Darcy. Darcy looking to go backdoor for Isaac Wilson. Does it reach him? Islanders. Del Welton. Leaves it for Kieran Gallant. He's in no man's land. Crooks gives it. There's a shot. Deflects off a stick way up high and into play. 9:02 to go here in period number 3. Islanders will return back home and continue training camp on the campus of University of PEI. Of course, the COVID station set up at the Civic Center. So, UPEI is the home right now. Ben Boyd leaves it. Sam Oliver fires a shot. That one gets blocked on the way through. Boyd bumps into his man. Oliver in there as well. As Oliver and Foreman battle with one another. Foreman, a high hit to Isaac Voss. And Foreman will head to the penalty box for elbowing, and so the Islanders will get an opportunity to go back on the power play here once again. 8:31 to go in this third period. Foreman to the box for elbowing. I think Voss just took it and got up and gave Gavin Watt a shot and kept battling here. Oliver, LeBlanc, and Ben Boyd up front for Charlottetown. Draw down. LaBelle. Leave it around the wall. Maynard. Or Sam Oliver. Oliver. We'll go down deep. There's Boyd shot and pass in front, and it's Ben Boyd. Johnny on the spot is a nice feed from Patrick LeBlanc. Finds Boyd in the slot, and a quick one-timer beats Sheehan through the 5-hole. And so the Islanders trying to claw back into it here a little bit as the old horn is pounding again at the Avenir Center. 5-2 is the score. Sam Oliver, good patience along the half wall. Finds LeBlanc down low, and that's what the Islanders want to see from Patrick LeBlanc, creating something, a quick, hard snap pass in front. Ben Boyd is able to finish it with authority through the 5-hole of Sheehan. And the Islanders starting to make it a respectable game here. It's 5-2, scoring-wise. Islanders have had the shots on goal territory. As Elliott plays it back for Felix Tremblay. Tremblay back for Drew Elliott. Elliott for Alex Graham. Hamel. Opposite for Elliott. Elliott stick handles around one. Justin Gill. Can't get a clean handle. Gill with Graham and Elliott. Three big bodies on the ice for the Owls. Played up high is McDonald. It's run over. Elliott's in there as well. Here's Pavin, steps in, fires a shot right on. Save is made as bodies separate in front of the Wildcats bench. Face-off will come back down to the right of Chad Arsenault. 7:12 to go. Islanders exhibition tilt will take them on the road again. Once again, there's no exhibition games on the island this year. That hasn't happened ever. There's Maynard will come in, is wrapped around the wall to the blue line, kept in by Darcy. Kieran Gallant bumps into his man, Costanero. Moves it through for Kieran Gallant. Gallant, wrist shot, that one gloved down by Sheehan, who will hold on to that. As Gallant tangled up with Darcy as the faceoff will come back down to the left of Nick Sheehan. Sheehan beaten twice here this afternoon. Gio DiMattia very strong. When the Islanders pushed in the first 30 minutes, DiMattia was there to make the save. Outcome could be a little bit different if DiMattia didn't play as well as he did. Here's Jelly. Quick shot. That one rolls off the tape wide. Costanero gives a bump. Kieran Gallant. Costanero, wrist shot. Pass in front. That one, Jelly just missed the tap in. And he was battling in front with a Wildcat defender. It's Vachon. There's Gallant. Paps back up to his feet. Sends it off. Costanero along the half wall. Does a good job. Throws a pass in front. Gallant looking for it to come up high as it'll skip back out. Isaac Voss kicks it to his tape. Voss spins away out of traffic. Tries to go cross ice. That one is into LaBelle. As LaBelle sends it deep. Maynard comes back for the Owls. The Ontario free agent had big numbers last year. Midget and under 18 in Northern Ontario. Of course, Guy Girard has a lot of close contacts, and they had a lot of good scouting reports on Maynard. And they're hoping that it's another potential diamond in the rough. Maynard's been pretty good so far as the faceoff will come back down to the left, create something. He works for it and tries to create offense, and that's the game now. You need offense from everywhere. I mean, you don't want to play defense optional, as that happens quite often when you try to get into a run and gun game. There's Tremblay. He's going to be more relied upon to hopefully turn into a Olivier Desjardins type defenseman. Shut down type guy is Forsythe. Works to the outside. Tremblay works his man off from the corner. Arsenault will drop down as the whistle will go here with 5:28 to go in this third period. 5-2 is the score. The Islanders have made it respectable here in period number 3. Ben Boyd and Anthony Hamel. A couple of power play markers. Special teams are hot early. As the face-off will come back down to the left of Chad Arsenault, Alexi Danielle. We'll check that. Gavin Watt and Sam Oliver to take the draw. Oliver wins it. Here's Tremblay. Through for Max Chisholm. Sam Oliver trying to get around Olsen. Oliver feeds it through the middle. No one there. Isles will play it back up. Oliver deep. Chisholm trying to send a pass in front. There's going to be another penalty coming up here to the Wildcats as Chisholm takes a high stick. And so Isles right back to the man advantage here. 5:05 to go in this third period. Quick one here makes it a 2-goal game, still with some time left on the clock. And so the faceoff will come back down to the left of Nick Sheehan. Beauregard, Boyd, and Drew Johnson. Landon McDonald and Del Welton on the back end. Welton for Boyd. Boyd pass in front. Johnson can't pull the trigger. Johnson bounces off into the corner after it. Boyd goes down deep. Welton pinches up. Flicks it off into the corner to the blue line. Played past Beauregard. And down the length of the ice. Landon McDonald will move it ahead for Zach Beauregard. Beauregard goes through the middle for Drew Johnson. Johnson steps, fires a shot. That one blocked away by Sheehan. Del Welton goes down low for Drew Johnson. Back for Welton. Welton, midpoint for Landon McDonald. Welton looks for a shooting lane. Can't find it. Welton heads off into the corner. We'll drop it down deep. Drew Johnson, he needs some support here. 2 Wildcats on Johnson. Johnson's able to get it to Beauregard. Beauregard trying to feed it off in front. Ben Boyd gives chase. Welton will pick it back up for the Isles. Welton for Johnson. Johnson, good shot. Save is made by Sheehan. He'll hold on to that. And Ben Boyd driving towards the front of the net. Ben Boyd, that's where his home has to be, right on top of the blue. He's not afraid to go there. 5th-round pick from a couple years back. Ben Boyd's got a chance to be a pretty good hockey player. Got a lot of good things going for him. The face-off will come down to the left of Sheehan. LeBlanc leaves it for Drew Elliott. Maynard back for Drew Elliott. Elliott for Patrick LeBlanc. LeBlanc trying to go through the legs of LaBelle. Maynard gets a piece of that. Islanders will work it back up. LeBlanc across the wall, jams on the brakes. LeBlanc for Ryan Maynard. Maynard shot. That one gets blocked. Isaac Voss will pick it back up. Wildcats still blocking shots here late. Elliott snaps one in the slot. That one over top of the goal. Justin Gill. 3:14 to go here. Played to the blue line. Voss across for Maynard. Maynard tees that one. It scores! Ryan Maynard with his second in consecutive games, and the horn is lit here once again. 5-3, 2 seconds left. That's 3 power play goals here in this third period. With 3:06 to go here in this third period, the Islanders have come alive offensively. Nice feed by Isaac Voss. Patrick LeBlanc once again controlling in the offensive zone. Maynard, I like how he come up and curled. Took that pass with speed, walked in, let the shot go. Drew Johnson with traffic in front. Sheehan, he didn't see it. Check that. Justin Gill with traffic in front. He didn't see it. And the Isles on the board. One more time. It's 5-3. Don't go anywhere yet. Of course, it's a Thursday afternoon. Where could you be going? As Anthony Hamel bumped along the wall. Costanero will get it ahead. Pilat will spin away. Here's Vachon. Puck's turned over. Alex Graham trying to go for Kieran Gallant. That didn't reach him. Hamel tried to step into his man. He just dropped when he seen him coming. That was Daniel. Gavin Watt backhand Hamel just bowls over him. They don't make them like they used to. Anthony Hamel, he's throwback. He has a long shot. That one gloved down by Arsenault. He'll leave it off for Tromboy. The whistle will go here. 2:16 to go in this third period. Isles have battled back 3 unanswered here in the third after going down by a score of 5-0. And if there's no mini homes coming back off the bridge, like there was while we waited to get across the bridge, it should be a quick drive back home. Jonah Jelly for Max Chisholm. Chisholm will chip and chase, try to get to the outside of Pavin. They get locked up, and Chisholm goes down to the blue line. Landon McDonald battling for it. It's going to be called on a hand pass. Faceoff will come back inside Isles territory with a $1:58 to go here in this third. Faceoff coming back down to the left of Nick Sheehan, Matt McLeod chiming in. Why isn't Matt McLeod over here doing the PA announcing? Like, come on. Texting me asking to do a Costco run for him. There's a quick shot by Chisholm. Good save made by Sheehan. It's turning airmailed out. Isaac Voss at his own blue line for Chisholm. Chisholm go ahead for Oliver. Couldn't handle the pass. Pavin goes cross ice for Olsen. Long lead feed. It's going to be called on the... No, not going to be icing as LeBlanc gets in there first. Center and feed up high. It's to the blue line. Olsen. Oh, wait. Here's Maynard to the blue line. Doesn't clear it outside. Isles looking for an opportunity to get Arsenault out of the goal. Coutier. Being watched there by Oliver. Pavin. Shot right on. Save is made by Arsenault, and he'll have to hold on here. 78 seconds to go in this one. 5-3 is the score. Chad Arsenault with the sharp Kensington Wild gear. He was a terrific netminder in Kensington. Signed a lot of rubber last year in Valley with the Wildcats. He's used to these type of games. Only 18 years old. The long shot comes through, of course, from my neck of the woods as well. So a little love for the location, and the last name for sure comes from a real good family and terrific athlete. Chad Arsenault as the Owls will play it ahead. Here's Justin Gill. Steps, fires, Sheehan with the save. Gill runs right over top of him. As Sheehan. Gill looking for his own rebound. He may have been pushed in on the way through, but the Islanders, one thing they have done is gone to the net hard. And so with 57.9 seconds to go, Gill is going to head to the penalty box for goaltender interference. And the Wildcats will go to the power play here. Faceoff will come back down to the right of Arsenault. Gill. Wonder where he was going to go. Well, you got to protect the goaltenders. There's no denying that, and definitely the right call. And so, Isles will be on the kill here for the final 55 as LeBlanc. In a foot race, LeBlanc trying to drag around Berube. LeBlanc throws a pass. Kieran Gallant just missed that. Hamel will send it back deep. Here's Gallant. Fires a shot off the netting. And so, 33.2 to go here. The Islanders' first home exhibition game. As the Wildcat veterans in their sharply dressed attire. All suits heading down to the dressing room here. The Wildcats will take the first two exhibition games of the season for them. The Islanders will drop to 0-2 unless Stan Mikita jumps on the ice. There's Jacob Gooby with a good glove save on the Isles bench here with 20.2 seconds to go here in period number 3. Thanks for taking the time and tuning in here this afternoon. Thanks to Aiden Northcott for being on standby here. If the old Jetta didn't pull up in time. And so, the Owls with some positives here this afternoon. There's no denying that. Some things for the coaching staff and scouting staff to chew on here moving forward. And so, the Wildcats with some veterans at the lineup here, and the Owls with some veterans in. We'll lose this one here this afternoon by a score of 5-3. It's just good to be back at the rink. Win or lose, it's all about being back at the rink. These two teams have a great rivalry and more better games to come here in the future as the Charlottetown Islanders outshoot the Wildcats here this afternoon. But the Wildcats goaltending, Gio DiMattia and Nick Sheehan, pretty solid here this afternoon. Chad Arsenault, he was solid in his own right. Wildcats capitalized on their opportunities, jumped out to a 5-0 lead before the Islanders came back and battled to make it respectable. 3 power play goals of all things in the third period. That's a positive. Anthony Hamel from Justin Gill and Zach Beauregard, Ben Boyd from Patrick LeBlanc, and then Ryan Maynard, his second from Justin Gill and Patrick LeBlanc. The Islanders will lose this one here this afternoon by a score of 5-3. Thank you to the Moncton Wildcats staff, organization for setting up here this afternoon's exhibition game. On behalf of the Charlottetown Islanders, of course, are playing all their home exhibition games off island. Thanks for the length of their equipment. It's a pleasure to be back at the rink calling games. Hopefully many more to come for all the entire Islanders staff. I'm Corey Arsenault bidding you a good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to Islanders Exhibition Hockey live from the Avenir Center in Moncton. Good afternoon. Good night. Bonsoir.